Yeah. Oh my god, here we go. Yo.
That's your face.
That's my face. The sofa nearly resigned.
Fucking shit.
The sofa's not as sturdy as the fake sofa downstairs.
It's as sturdy as I am.
I don't have
core.
I don't have my
Engage the core.
shit together in life. I do.
I'm being like a proper YouTuber. I have the spatula mic.
Oh my god.
Hey folks, this is Edit Charlie checking in. This is a little interview that I did with the incredible REEBZ. It was filmed last weekend. Just for context, the night before that this was filmed, REEBZ was up until 4:30 in the morning saving a horse. No shit. And I have just been on a whirlwind adventure to the memorial service of one of my best friends. So the energy in the room is somewhat specific to this moment. We actually spent hours this day together chatting away before we filmed this interview. We've been trying to get together for ages, so we've been chatting kind of all year about music, and then we actually met at Resistance Festival. Amazing festival, grab a ticket, definitely go. It's an awesome thing to support and experience. It's brilliant. But we met at that festival and kind of immediately clicked. And as a result have been chatting and saying we definitely need to do something together creatively kind of ever since. And also just kind of hang out, because it had turned out we had quite a lot in common musically, but also geographically. And that got quite weird at the end of this interview because, again, like I said, we chatted for a while before and post interview, and there was a weird thing that we realized in that I sold her first Finding Herself outfit when she was like an early teen, which made me feel old as shit. Cheers, REEBZ. But was also super fucking lovely. So yeah, it has been really, really nice to do this, and actually watching it back in the edit has been lovely. I am really, really grateful for this experience. It's been a while since I've interviewed anyone. So it's been kind of re-exercising those muscles again, which has been cool. And it's just been, it's been a really lovely one. And she was very, very kind and super, super generous with her energy, especially given that she was up until 4:30 in the morning saving a horse. So, please enjoy this little trip down musical memory lane where we chat about anything from the stuff she's done more recently to just kind of her creative process, her style, her vibe, what she loves about music, things she's enjoying that she has nothing to do with at the moment. So there's some little creative nuggets in there as well. And yeah, I hope you enjoy this, because this is something that we've made together and we've kind of poured some love into. And we're both quite self-conscious people, so we're kind of putting ourselves out there in the world. And yeah, we hope you like this. Yeah, enjoy. Hey folks, if you don't know me, I'm CharlieOctoGirl. This dickhead is fucking REEBZ, man. What?
Legit.
Actual what?
Unhinged from start to finish. That is me.
Like
ridiculous.
To the core. So we've been trying to get together and have a little chat for a while. Since we met at Tanz earlier this year.
Absolutely.
And I was on a bit of a ridiculous road trip, and it was like, hey, let's do a thing. So this is that thing. This is going to be probably somewhat chaotic and full of tangents.
It's what I do best. It's what we both
do best.
Absolutely.
So we're gonna lean into the chaos.
I'm so sorry again about this.
I think like what I might do in the edit is like edit together slowly us just sinking.
Just like
as
sinking
we get
down into the
and do you...
It needs an arm. Like, there needs to be a blockade here, and there's not one. So, anyway, right.
That's why this is going to be so good. I swear to God.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
This is
so,
well.
if you didn't need an introduction already,
this is one.
This was one. But do you want to introduce like who you are,
of course,
what REEBZ is, but like in your own words?
Yes. So I obviously am REEBZ, and I am predominantly a kind of, I would say, a metal, like, fusion artist. I have a hugely broad taste in music, so I get influences from like everywhere and like all these different genres. You know, obviously I love like EDM and drum and bass, industrial, and fusing that all with my kind of like primary foundational love of metal and metalcore is my thing. So that's what I do, and yeah, that's who I am.
And damn, does she do it well. That you can fucking scream, girl. Like, damn.
So I kind of
Damn. Like,
started out in life and carried it on, you know. Just...
and it, like, because you're so wee. Like, you're just a wee dot. When I think like it just catches people off guard to go from this like really beautiful, like really kind of euphoric, lovely, you know, lull you into a false sense of safety voice, and then full ball punch.
That's it. That's
Yeah.
it. You know, it's a curveball. It's a plot twist. I'm all about the plot twists.
Yeah,
you know,
it
so.
it is incredible, and the fact that you can lend that to so many genres, I think,
Aw.
like it's just incredible.
I hugely
Yeah.
appreciate that. I mean, again, it's like I have all these different loves of all these different genres, and like say through and through, absolute metalhead, like growing up and stuff, and that's kind of that's just ingrained in me, and especially like vocally, that's just like who I am. That's like what makes me me, and I guess it's just kind of like throwing my own flair on anything that I do. And I love that is because I'm passionate about everything that I'm involved with. So, you know, I really am so happy to hear that, you know, I can do it, you know, it means a lot.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how fucking hyped are you about the Cell Dweller
I mean,
collab?
can we go to like 20? Like, can we just like not have a scale for this? Because I'm like off the charts with hype with this.
What the fuck? Just, how did this even fucking come about?
So, and this is hilarious. Like, I've had to keep this under wraps for like quite a while. But you know, again, for me, I've got this kind of mentality of the best things, in my opinion, are the things that have the least amount of pressure, like attached to them. Yeah. So, you know, something great's going to happen. It takes as long as it takes, you know, and that's how I've kind of always thought. So, in terms of where this all started, it's got to be a long while ago. I think like about maybe over a year ago. And originally, like goes without saying, I've always been a massive, massive Cell Dweller fan. Like I even vividly remember the very first time I heard a Cell Dweller track. And it was actually, I swear it was like 2016, 2017. And it was like back, I don't know, like, if it was the same from where you were in the UK, but it was when we had loads of snow. Everything was like snowed in, and it was just incredible. And I just love the haunting eeriness that snow brings. And I was like driving across Minchinhampton Common,
God, yeah.
really, really slowly. You know, so it was very hazardous. And I was like, oh my God, it's going to take me like 4 hours to just get anywhere. And this song comes on, like, on shuffle, and I was like, oh my God, it was Frozen. And I was like, what? I had to actually stop the car and just like process what I was listening to. I was like, this is the coolest thing I've ever fucking heard. This is so cool. And I you know, I was like absolutely spellbound with what he does, you know, as Cell Dweller. And then, you know, later finding out about the other artistic projects that he has, like Freak Gen and Circle of Dust.
That's another artist who like is fully embracing of switching genres and just adoring creativity and just doing it for the love of it.
That's
so
it.
yeah,
that's it. And but like as a person, I just found him so inspirational because of exactly this, like everything that he was doing with these genre fusions and like no matter what he was doing, bringing his own like flair to it. It was awesome, really inspirational. And it's just surreal thinking back to that time and thinking like, I never would have imagined that I'd actually get to do a collab. It's so cool. So how it kind of came about is originally it was like a Freak Gen demo. And he just hit me up and was like, hey, how would you feel about like, do you want to do some vocals? And I had listened, I was like straight away hooked. I knew I would be anyway, so I was like, yes, without a doubt. And I think like the way that I always write with like a story in mind, and it doesn't matter like what the genre is that I'm writing for, or like if it's something that needs a full on verse chorus structure, or if it's just something that needs like a singular hook. Like I always still have a kind of a narrative in mind. So that's how I ended up writing the demo vocals for this particular track. And me, as I always do, like when I'm really, really hyped about something, like I go all in, you know, and I was like, oh my God, I've got all these different ideas of bringing this one narrative together. So I got these vocals done, sent them over to him, and obviously kind of, you know, totally fully expecting like feedback or needing this, you know, change this or whatever. And oh my God, like when I swear, when I heard back from him and he was like, this is so sick. And the only thing that I have to say is that I really want this to be a Cell Dweller track. And I was like, oh my God, so cool, you know? Like, I mean, regardless of what artist alias it is, you know, I'm just so stoked to work with Clayton, but like for it to be a Cell Dweller track and see how it evolved from there was just incredible. It was so amazing. And yeah, just that the feeling when he sent the final master over, when we got Swarm on the track as well, and hearing how it all finally like came to this pinnacle moment, and this was the final track, and I was like, I mean, I maxed out my car speaker. I think I broke my car speakers with Fate Breakers. So yay!
Honestly, it is such a great track. You should be so proud. Not just like you say, not just because of like the name that you've worked with, but just it is honestly such a good track. And it looked like you had so much fun on that video. It
was the coolest thing I've ever done. It was one of these like surreal moments. So it's the first experience I'd ever had with green screen.
Oh, people who know my shit will know I am a fan of green screen.
Awesome.
Yeah,
green screen.
Got a fucking green screen, motherfucker.
Amazing. It was so cool. It was, for me, just hilarious because I have no idea. I'm trying to visualize what this is going to be like. Yeah. And when we kind of had the meetings like with the director and everything, who's amazing as well, and the videographer who's also awesome, who shot like the green screen parts for me, and we were all they were describing this kind of like this like video game like universe, and I was like, this sounds amazing, and I'm trying to visualize it in my mind. And then like when we're in front of the green screen and it's like, okay, you got to sit on this box and it's going to be a hovercraft, and I was like, oh my God, so cool. Yeah. I kind of go back to this like childlike imagination, and it's like I was there and I was like, actually, yeah, I'm on a hovercraft. This is sick. And then to see it come together in the video, I was like, no way is that me. You know, the aspiration I have most in my real life now is to try and be as cool as the video game Fate Breaker REEBZ. I swear to God.
Oh, like, you absolutely are. Do
she's
not fear.
Goals.
You've done
she's
that.
Goals.
You've done
like,
that.
Seriously.
You've done that.
So yeah, it was so fun.
And also the merch.
The merch is on point.
It's fucking sick. Sorry.
I'm looking at the merch. I'm like, I need a Fate Breaker. Get a
t-shirt. Get a t-shirt.
I kind of feel a bit torn. I'm like, I know it's got my. Is it a bit weird if I'm wearing like
your own
my
face?
But it's the cool REEBZ face. It's like the video game REEBZ face.
The persona.
That's it. Like battling final bosses REEBZ face.
Yeah.
You know, so maybe it's fine in that
Yeah.
sense. So I don't want to look like a total like ego.
No, fucking do it, man. Absolutely own it. Like
it's so cool though. The merch is amazing.
No,
So yeah, I
love
might
that.
have to get a fake breaker t-shirt myself. You know.
Absolutely.
I've been behind this mask for too long. I never wanna take it off. Invisible shadow that I have become. I don't want them to say me. All this time I've been a fake breaker.
I feel so blessed to be doing what I do, and you know, having the opportunities to just work with amazing people, and it's just so cool. Like when something like this comes together, it's sick. And I don't get me wrong. Like I always have a level of like nerves. You know, I'm like I really hope this is okay, especially with like when something's really hyped up and I'm like, oh my God, I just hope that I can do it justice. You know, like vocally, I hope I do it justice. Yeah. And it's genuinely heartwarming when I hear stuff like that, when people are like, you know, you did. Yeah, it's okay. So
that's kind of like two things. One, if you ever stop being nervous, that's always the sign that you've become a dick.
True. Yeah,
Like,
I've thought this.
Yeah,
Yes,
it's
so
like the second
I've
you're
held on
like,
to this.
oh, it's fine, I've got this. You're like, yeah, bell end. But also like the fact that you are in like a really exciting place where you're getting to do really like medium scale, because you're definitely not doing small stuff anymore, but like medium scale projects that are exciting and innovative and like really new, and like this is great. And obviously the new album that you've got coming, which we'll speak about in a bit, like, all of that stuff that's really fresh and like vibrant. But then like sweeping in with like the big stuff, I think it's just a really energetic place to be at.
Definitely.
Where you're getting challenged to do different kinds of things.
Totally.
Which is probably a little bit of what maybe is shaking the nerves. Like
I think what it is, it's when something is kind of like projected out to a wider sphere of audience, and like within my own personal sphere, you know, I know that I've got the most amazing people that support me, and I always want to remind people of that I'm so grateful for like all the support and encouragement, and like every like positive word that I get from people. It, you know, it's all stored there in my mind, and it means so much to me, and I'm so grateful for that. And then it's kind of like, I guess the nerves also kick in when it's then expanded to a wider audience, like people who don't know me, and it's like this is their first introduction or like impression of me, and I'm like, I really hope they don't hate me.
Please don't hate me, and
Please
also
don't
they
hate
haven't
me.
actually found out that you're a complete dick yet.
That's it. They haven't found out I'm a complete maniac yet. Like they think I'm probably normal at this point, so it's fine.
Which probably brings me quite nicely to my next question.
Nice.
Which I think like a lot of people will know you because of your incredible musical talents.
Very kind.
And like how just generally like lovely you are over socials and stuff, because you are very kind and generous with your time and your energy with people who follow you,
I
which is
appreciate
honestly
that so
it's
much.
lush, because I think a lot of people like social media is hell, like we know it's the
Yes.
worst thing ever. Why did we make this? But it means that people have like direct access to you, and you're generally like, you're good with your boundaries, so well done. But
Yep, always got to be.
But there is a real connection that you have with people.
Yeah, I mean it's genuine as well. I really want to like emphasize that how I come across online is literally how I am. I am just always, I'm so, when I sound excited about something, it's because I am excited about something, you know, and when I'm grateful, it's because I am grateful. And
when you're chasing an emu across your yard, it's because
that's it.
you
When
are
I'm fending
chasing
off a really angry emu from just smushing me into dirt.
Come on, this way! But no. He's just being really tall and trying to attack me.
That's genuine too.
I think we kind of need to introduce the bird in the room, which is the fact that you are an enormous animal nerd.
Absolutely.
But I kind of, like, part of what makes you so great as an artist and as a creative, but also just as a human person, is that your authenticity. Like you just are who you are, and you're like zero fucks given.
Yeah, it can't be anything else.
And part of that is like when we get these little nuggets of your like actual real life, we'll get you in this amazing room. Which thank you so much for letting us use the padded cell. It is amazing.
Great.
It's so
Went
good.
a bit overboard.
No, I like it. There is no ping in this room, and it's great. I love it. But we'll get these like little snippets of you singing in here, and honestly, I love those like full take videos that you do. They're so good.
You.
And then we will get, bird content, and we're like, who is this woman?
Yeah, I think
like,
we were like really.
what is going on? So, do you want to tell us a bit about like where you live, like the animals you have? What the fuck?
Okay,
Like,
yeah, absolutely. So, best way that I can describe this genuinely is I basically live on like a low budget version of Jurassic Park. Okay, so it's essentially like a small bit of farm or like small holding type land, and yeah, it's just filled with my insane birds.
Hey everyone! This is Jonathan, aka John Woo, aka Woo. So this is Ivor. Ivor, if he was a human being, would have a criminal record.
Why are you holding that clear up there? Kiss on the face.
I don't know if you saw the video for Thanatosis, but I had like two little birds. This is one of them.
Little baby. Oh my god, he's so small.
As I think I've now well established, I bloody love birds. It's like my two dual passions in life is obviously music and my birds, like my animals, you know, I love them so much. And yeah, I've got some pretty interesting friends for life here, which do include my emu, which is my pride and joy. So, you know, some people, their flex is like their Lamborghini. For me, my pride and joy is my emu. She's just incredible.
We love Jonathan so much.
Yeah,
like,
EJ, she's just like big up emu Jonathan.
Yeah.
That's all I can say. She's amazing. Majestic.
Oh yeah.
Also quite violent, but nonetheless.
Just majestically violent.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you know what? Again, though, all jokes aside, it's like, it's really being able to appreciate something for what it is. And like what an amazing creature it is. I mean, I think again it goes out saying one of my always will be my biggest idol in life is Steve Irwin. Oh my god, that man! Like I still every day I'm like I will just scroll through all this stuff like that he's done and yeah, it was just I think early on in my life that's what ignited my passion for animals and animals for what they are, you know. And yeah, I just feel so blessed to have them in my life. So it's not just Emu Jonathan. I've got a quite creepy turkey as well.
That guy, man.
He is creepy as
Like,
fuck.
he's creepy, but he's fucking cool.
I love him very much, but yeah, he's very creepy. He's like weird
his
ball sack
weird
face.
bollock face.
Yeah,
He was looking at me earlier, and I'm like, I'm not
he
sure.
was
I like
really,
this. Yeah.
really into you. Yeah, that's a classic Ivor. I then have got a parrot that does heavy metal as well. He's amazing. He has a varied amount of names, but we'll go with Charlie for now. Original name Charlie. So we did it. That was great.
It gets a lot of love on TikTok, which
Oh,
you know.
yeah, that's hilarious. Yeah. I love how TikTok worked. Like I post all my music, all these like reels of my music, and like I've worked really hard on the production of this. I get like 2 views, and then I post one video of my parrot doing screamo, and it's like just goes off.
That's what the
man.
internet wants, man. They just want
want
burbs.
Screamo burbs. That's it.
Yeah.
Literal metal burbs. You know, that's what they want. So yeah, that's what I can deliver.
Well,
with
when I got here, REEBZ was showing me around the house, and we were stood in the living room, and I was like meeting Charlie for the first time, and he was like kind of sitting on his little cage, just being all like chill and checking me out, and I could hear little birds, and I'm like, this is so sweet.
Oh
What's
yeah.
this? And just like off to the side in the other room, there's a whole room of finches.
Literally.
And it's honest, it's beautiful. It's like a little jungle in there, and it's just a fucking room full of finches.
It's like the finch like utopia for finches. It's like, so I'm not like my finches are like a bit out of control now because the problem is
plague of finches.
Yeah, they just like love life so much that they just like breed prolifically. So I end up, and the thing is, they're really stealth about where they make their nests. So I try and do like nest inspections literally every day, do the rounds, collect. You know how like normal people might have chickens and you collect the eggs.
Yeah.
I've got finches and I have to like collect like tiny little like Polly Pocket eggs, right? It's ridiculous. And however, they've cottoned onto this. They've got they're evolving. They've got smart. The intellect
Clever girl.
is progressing, and they've started making nests like, because I have literally got this massive like room for them that I've like
cool.
like I said, I've made it into like a little rainforest. They've got their little like fountain like water feature and shit, and I've got all these like plants and like some fake and some are real. And they find these really, really stealth undercover areas to make these nests. And like I was saying to you earlier, I was cleaning them out. I have got, I mean, it is dubbed Finch Friday because every Friday is just got to deep clean the finches, because otherwise, you know, I'll just be suffocating and like finch shit. So, so Finch Friday, I'm in there yesterday, just vacuuming up the nice deposits that they leave behind. And like, I moved this like small tree thing out the way, and there's a fucking nest there with like 3 more chicks in there. I'm like, no, what? Why have you done this?
Why?
Literally.
Why
So,
have you forsaken me?
Exactly. And it's yeah, they just love life so much in there. So shout out to anyone who loves finches. If you want any finches, I have a lot of
You
finches.
know,
but
REEBZ will hook you up with awesome beats, top screams,
and finches,
and also
I've got
finches.
you covered. Yeah. Having said that, I'm very like, so I absolutely adore every single one of them. I love them so much, and I give so much of a shit about like, you know, they have a good life,
And that's why they're making so many babies, is
God,
because you're just too much of a good finch mama.
pain in the ass. But that's the thing. Like, in all seriousness, if I was ever to like rehome any of them, they'd have to go somewhere that I had like vetted like down to the ground. You know.
Yeah.
So yeah, because they live in like the finch Ritz here, so they're pretty high maintenance finches at this point.
It's fucking cool though.
so
It
yeah.
is so fucking cool. I'm so fucking cool.
Let's go.
I think most of my followers who'll watch this will probably hi,
Hey guys.
Steph Squad. They will probably mostly know you for the collab stuff that you do with Toronto is Broken.
Awesome.
Probably because I played a lot of that at them.
That's it. Big up the tib.
Admittedly, yeah.
Awesome.
But as you've mentioned, you span a lot of stuff. And you also have your own album coming out. Like,
I'm so excited.
I cannot wait to hear your voice in your context.
I'm so excited. This again has also been another thing that's been such a long time coming. Because, you know, I've been doing so much else, like multitasking. I have to just clarify, this has never been my strong point, and I've legit, and I've spent the past like almost 2 years solely trying to multitask, failing quite a lot at times, but still, you know, so that I've had so much going on, you know, obviously with like normal like work, like normal life, obviously everything you got to do as well, like in your normal life, and then, you know, doing a lot of like feature work and stuff, and then just in the slivers of time in between all of that, you know, obviously I've got the animals as well, then in the slivers of time I've been writing an album, my own album with Toronto's Broken, but we'll refer to him as you know, as Christian Hoffman here, because like as a producer, you know, he has absolutely been like the backbone of this album and helping me create this, and you know, I really I'm so stoked with it. I'm so stoked with what we've done, and I feel I really hope as well that, and feel that it's like it's as big a deal for him as it is for me.
Because you were saying earlier, this is his first time fully
Yeah,
producing for someone else.
Chris, you can correct me if I'm wrong, right? if I'm
Call her out.
If I've done the classic ADHD thing of like not listening to like what you've said before, but I'm pretty sure yes that it is like it's his first like full length album that he has like produced, like co-produced, co-written with for someone else. Yeah. And you know, I think that is, you know, that's a really big deal in its own right for someone as a producer. And you like say this has been something because we never had the chance to set aside, for example, I guess how it would traditionally be done, where like you would maybe set aside a number of weeks where you can be in the studio back to back writing stuff, and then boom, you got an album. And, you know, because of our different schedules and everything we had going on, it was kind of like, we've got to do this as and when we can. And it's just so cool. When we got, like, the final masters of the final tracks back, I was like, oh, my God, yes, we've done it. It's so sick. And I'm really, really excited for everyone to hear this. I feel like, again, in my classic sort of ADHD fashion of you know, having this incredibly broad taste in genres and what I like, literally I get inspiration from like everywhere. And the really cool thing like with obviously working with Chris is that he gets that as well, and he gets that like within me. So we can like incorporate loads of this different stuff, so there is a very diverse range of sounds on the album.
Because I was going to ask about that, because you have been so busy with so many projects that you have been so generously lending your awesome pipes to, you know, and it's been badass. But I've been really excited to hear what the album is going to sound like. Like, is it one cohesive sound that honors one of your loves, or is it wonking all over the place to kind of be like a bit of this, a bit of that? Or do we get a hint, or is it open the box?
I can tell. I think I know. Maybe it's kind of makes it more intriguing, but I can answer that it's both. It's both, and I'm genuinely so proud of like how we've done that. I mean, again, huge kudos to Chris for having this input in terms of like helping me create something that is like. It's like a cohesive like story essentially. Like again, I write from a perspective of like creating a narrative with stuff. So it's all comes like from a very like personal sort of candid place. Yeah. And what's really cool is like I say that the album is, when you hear it, you'll hear what I mean. It's very, very cohesive, but there is also this hugely diverse range of sounds. I mean, I've got like stuff literally that's like kind of just the nice kind of pop metal, like light vibe, all the way down to like the really, really, really heavy shit. Yeah. So we've got all of that going on in there.
It sounds like it's going to be like the kind of album that you love to listen to the whole album of, and that you don't just go, I'll listen to that track and just dip in, but you actually sit down and listen to the whole thing.
You know what? This is the other thing. It's like music as an art form is so subjective. You know, it's different for everyone, and I'm just happy. I am happy if there is one track or two tracks that someone likes, whatever, or if there are people out there and they're like, oh my God, I want to listen to this back to back. Either way, you know, if there is something within that resonates with you and you want to keep listening to it, that's awesome. That's great for me. And I think as well, like I also have an idea of where I want to go after this in terms of my sound. And what I have loved about this is that now, because it's like my stuff, I have like free vocal reign. Like I am absolutely, there is nothing that I can't do. Even if it's weird, I can, you know, no fucks given. Let's give it a go. Yeah. You know, at the end of the day, it's like, it's the first album. It's feeling your way into this, you know, it's new territory for me as well. So it's kind of like my introduction to sort of doing things on my own. You know, obviously not on my own, so I got Chris as well, but like, you know what I mean? It's kind of like not as a feature or a collaboration, just more as a kind of a solo entity. And it's my introduction to that. So it's really a case of like I've just done what I wanted. You know, I've had a go. I've just done what I wanted, and also I think like what has spoken to me at the time of writing. You know, I haven't. It's been weird because I have had times where I've thought, oh no, I can't do this because it's too pop or like, or it's too like death metally or whatever. But then I've kind of thought, you know what? No, let's just embrace the idea, the concept of like just being totally liberal with this and doing what I want to do, and also deciding within that process, working out what it is that I have the most fun doing. And that from there dictates kind of where I want to go after this. And I've got to be honest, like, I really enjoy the heavies. Like, I really have so much fun doing the heavy stuff and like the groovy, energetic, like full on shit. I love it. It's just, I don't know, maybe it's like a hyperactive person. It's how I really vent, you know, and I love it so much. So I definitely think that will play a part in the direction that I go sound wise moving on from this. But having said that, nothing's linear, you know, and sound's always evolving. And I love the idea of, again, just doing kind of what I want, you know, like if I want to do something that's really heavy, doing that. And then, you know, if there's anything that I want to do that's slightly more pared back and like melancholy. I just want to say, obviously, all of this still kind of includes my signature sort of dark, slightly dark, I guess, lyricism and you know, how I kind of sing and stuff. And then, of course, includes Chris's signature bass heavy mixes. Hell yeah.
Gotta love that bass.
That's it.
Gotta love that bass.
Tell me you do drum and bass without telling me, you know. So
it's the core, it's the heart.
It's great. I love the bass heavy stuff. Hopefully that's been vague enough to pique interest. Yeah. And also specific enough to pique interest. So yeah, that's what I can say about
tantalizing.
So it's gonna be cool.
We were talking earlier about like any creative project, like half the joy of it is the learning.
Yes.
Even if the learning is a bit hard and fucking annoying.
Yeah.
And like kind of working through that frustration.
Yeah.
To get out the other side and be like, fucking yes.
It is a challenge. Yeah. I totally agree. It's a challenge. And actually, it's a huge learning curve for working with each other as well. Like, you know, working out, like, how do I need to approach this with this person? How does this person work? And, like, you know, absolute, like, fair play to Chris as well. You know, he's really, I think, learned, like, how I work as a person creatively. And, you know, he's like really accommodating to that, and it's just like overall, it's been a really good experience, like the evolution of that. Yeah. And I've definitely got to say, I'm not even going to say which ones yet, but like I think the final tracks that we wrote, like for the album, are my absolute like favorites. They're so cool. You know, we got the vibe. You know, we knew how we vibed. Yeah. You know, with each other, like as like producer and artist, and like there is stuff on the album that I am absolutely like. I don't give a shit what anyone says. Like, I love it. I think it's so cool. So.
That's really, really good though that you're already at this stage and you're like, I am really fucking proud of this.
I'm excited for it, and I'm excited to share it with everyone. But yeah, it's like it's stuff that, like I say, especially certain ones that I listen to and I just get excited and like listening to them, and I'm hyped when I rehearse them, and yeah. So overall, I'm just really, really excited to share it with everyone. It's gonna be cool.
You don't want me to breathe without you. You don't want me to be without you. And now I cannot find the look in your eyes. It's getting hard to hide my desire for you.
So of that, like the creative process, the learning process, and like all of that production process and stuff, like where is the bit that makes you go, God, I'm in my flow, like this is it for me?
Absolutely. I feel that it's, for me, it's almost those initial stages of like piecing an idea together. And on this album, we've kind of done, we've done stuff, both me and Chris, like in person together, like at his studio, and we've started writing stuff together and piecing things together and hearing when something is really cool. Like he'll be like riffing, and I'm like, yeah, I've got something to this. This is really sick. Then he'll do something else, and I'm like, oh my God, mate, yes. Or he'll do something else. I'll be like, no, let's do this. You do it like this. And I'm really bad with like my music theory, so I'm like, I don't even know. I'm like, these notes, like, please it. And he's
Make
like,
it go doot.
respect him for him trying to decipher what the fuck it is that I'm saying. But like, yeah, and we end up creating this thing, and I'm so excited about it. And then, you know, what's really funny as well is like the initial vocal writing process. Like I'll initially like come up with like a hook or just some kind of top line, like vocal thing for it. And there has been many instances where I've then gone away and I've had this little voice. I think this is the like low confidence voice that I have, where I'll go and I'll think, okay, well that was fine as a demo vocal, but yeah, we'll obviously I'll come up with something better, and I'll go away and I'll essentially well overthink it, and I'll come up with like, I'll be sat there for bloody hours at home, so I'll come back home, obviously I've got my own setup here, and I'll start working on stuff as well myself in my own time, and I'll be sat there and I'll come up with like, I swear, like 30 different chorus ideas. I'm like, maybe this is the one. And I swear I will always circle back to the very first thing I came up with on the spot. And so will Chris as well. And he'll be like, genuinely, because I'll send all of this to him. He'll be like, you want my honest opinion? What you came up with of mine, just like there and then, was the one. And it's like, eventually I actually have to accept as like, look, don't overthink these things, you know? But I do find the entire creative process to be so much fun. And yeah, I mean, it's hard to pinpoint exactly what it is that I love, but I think definitely that initial kind of like buzz of an idea coming together, like where is this going to go, is really cool.
That kind of like the possibility.
Absolutely. And also I think like, again, all about the plot twists, seeing how things can really turn on their head. I mean, we've got one on the album, which is probably the most, I would say, like commercial, like it's quite a light sound, quite a like pop sort of sound track. And originally, like how that started out as this kind of like tech metal vibe, and it was a vibe, but it's just crazy like how my brain will want to go in a specific direction and it will be a total U-turn maybe from something that we initially started with. And I remember with that particular one, I kind of just like, I took the initial riff and then I just in my own time at home, like picked it apart, wrote a whole other instrumental, like said it to Chris. I was like, listen dude, don't freak out, right, but this remember like XYZ what it was, and now this is what I'm thinking. And it's really, really cool when we do that as well, and it turns into something totally unexpected, but it's the vibe, you know, it is how it's meant to be. So yeah, it's the whole thing for me is just
all the stuff
the stuff is exciting.
I guess then on the reflection of like both the creative process, and you've had some incredible experiences already, and like I was looking back at your like release history and I was like, this is fucking wild how this has popped off. Like this is fucking cool. I think it's like later 2021 or 2 when I first released anything, and that was just like me like just on my own and doing about like hello. I'm doing stuff. I'm a random person here. But honestly, it's wild, and I think like you're so reflective, and you're like we've had quite a big chat.
We have.
It's been a bit of a thing.
The biggest of chats.
Yeah,
it's been great.
It's been nice.
It's been great.
But you're very reflective and you're very kind of considered in your approach, and I think like knowing that it's been wonderful, it's been joyous, you've learnt a lot, but it's also had its struggles and stuff along the way.
Definitely, yeah.
I know it's a bit of a twee question, but I think with so many people trying to get into the creative industries, especially women, especially neurodivergent folks, especially just people just juggling difficult lives. What's like, and I don't expect you to be like, I have wisdom to pass on.
I have no wisdom.
But like, it's not like that. It's just more like what would like REEBZ back then? What's like the little nugget you'd be like? Would it be like scream more, or would it like what's the thing that you would be like? Here's a tool that I wish I had known about 4 years ago. Or like, what's like the thing that maybe would have helped you? We were speaking about like learning paths and how we always take the arse backwards route to things.
Yeah.
Like, what maybe would have helped you, like, way back then?
That is such a good question. That is such a good
Got
question.
you, mate.
You literally have got me with this. You know what? I think back then, 'cause again, like we said, it's been a really crazy journey in the. Okay, yeah, it hasn't been one of these like explosive, just like drop one song and pop off on TikTok moment. Hasn't been that at all. It has been like years of hard fucking graft.
Full graft, yeah.
But it hasn't been a case of like, I've been around for 10, 15 plus years, and yeah, I've always loved music. I mean, literally since I was at school, like 16, I used to like, I had my guitar, I could like play basic chords in like drop D, and I was like,
so cool. You're so cool.
I used to hold like these little gigs in like the bathroom at lunchtime, and like get kicked out by the teachers, like,
love that,
get outside, you assholes. But I've always loved music, and like I did when I left school briefly, I started a band back then as well. Of course, when you're sort of at that, I think that age, that time in life, like everyone's going off in different directions. So, it wasn't like, unfortunately, it wasn't like a long-term thing, but it was like I always had this absolute like deep-rooted love and drive for music, and I went years and years and years of my life kind of almost feeling like empty because it wasn't in my life, like I wasn't doing the thing that I want to do, like I've always been meant to do or whatever. And then we get to the COVID era. The
bit that kind of fucked it.
That's
for everyone,
it. Kind of the glitch.
Yeah.
in the universe. And again, I was working in hospitality at the time, as you can. Again, it all kind of worked out in my favor a little bit, which I kind of hate to say because obviously it was not a fortunate time for anyone. But things kind of panned out as they did for me with music, because I had that opportunity where all the businesses were shut. I was just like twiddling my thumbs on a furlough, being like, I don't know what's going on.
Which an ADHD brain is not going to let happen.
Absolutely.
There has to be a thing.
Yeah. And I was like, okay, well, let's just like do stuff that I've always wanted to do. Like, because even when I was working in hospitality, I would be like there, like washing up like cups and stuff. In my mind, in this like parallel universe, I'm like, I'm doing music, I'm on stage, like all this stuff, and I'm just like, yeah, whatever. I'm, this is my life, my job, and then it's like suddenly I had the opportunity, a window of opportunity to like, for jokes, try this out, and and I just went with it, and it was kind of. I didn't like say it wasn't a explosively rapid trajectory of progress, but it has been consistent, and I just, that's I guess why I struggle to answer this question, because like maybe what I could have done different. I don't know what I could have done differently, because I'm not. There's loads of stuff I wish I could do differently, right? I wish I could post like mind-blowing content all the time. Eye-catching. I wish I could be a really cool person and look really cool, and like, I mean, to be fair, video game REEBZ. REEBZ. I want to slay like video game REEBZ. I really do. And but realistically, like, it's not me. Like, I I can only do what I can do
Yeah.
as myself, you know? And I think, like, I don't know what I could have done different. All I would say, and again, I don't know if this is cliche to say, but it's the truth for me, is that I've always had this drive for music. I went into it with the drive, and I've never lost the drive, even when things have got really, really hard and at times felt actually really shit. But I've always still had the love of, like, this is what I want to do. I'm doing this now. This is what I'm doing. And I think, like, if it is really honestly what you want to do, just stay true to that, you know? Stay true. I know it sounds like a bit fucking lame, like, follow your dreams, man.
No,
but
honestly,
it is.
Like, I fully
see
believe
what
in,
happens.
like, yeah, like,
so follow it and keep following it. Be hell-bent on following it and just see what happens.
yeah,
you know?
like, cringe advice is often the best advice. Like, and I think that whole thing of, genuinely, if you want to do a thing,
yeah.
fuck the wobbles.
Yeah,
just,
yeah.
like,
It's really
go in,
hard.
give
but-
it a shot.
Yeah.
And, yeah, just,
I
love
get
that.
how hard it is, though. I do. Like, and there's...
Yeah.
There's a lot, and the stuff even now, like, I still am making a conscious effort to do, and or I'm learning to do, and that is not even just with, you know, the technical stuff of, like, vocals, you know, but just everything, like consistency with social media and all this kind of stuff. Because as we were saying, I think we were saying, like, off camera before, you know, it's not just about music now. At the end of the day, the whole world, I don't know how many billions of people make up the world. Is it like 9 billion or more now? I don't know. But we all have access to each other, you know, back in the day. In the day.
Back in my day.
Back in my day when it was literally just like, there was a newspaper, maybe like a messenger pigeon, and that's it. And it's like, you knew, like, the 30 people in your sphere, and that was it. You know, now it's like everyone has access to everyone and everything, and
everyone is a brand.
Yeah. So it's like everyone is in this game together, right? And it's one of those things where it's like, you can't. It's not just a case of, if you want. It depends what your goals really are. You know, if you just purely have the love for for music, and it kind of like how I have the love for my birds. Like, I adore my birds. Nothing makes me, you know, not even music makes me happier than my birds. I fucking love my birds, and yeah, I post, like, snippets of them time to time.
Yeah.
But like, all the love I have for them is off camera, like off screen, whatever. It's just what they give me on my own. And if that's what music does for you, and it's just something that you love doing on your own, that is amazing. And like, that is a really, really special thing to have.
Yeah.
And where it kind of changes in terms of what you have to do is like, if your goals are, I want to make this a brand, you know, where it becomes slightly more business-like. You want to share it with the world as a brand type thing. That is then when it's like, there's so much more.
There's so
much more you've got to do. I think the thing, I really don't want to sound lame as fuck saying this, but the thing that's got to drive you really is the love. Like, you know, there's like a foundation of something. For me, the foundation is my love for music, you know, and it's the same love I have, like, when I'm not posting videos or doing collaborations and I'm just sat here on my own playing the piano and just, like, making stuff up and being like, oh, I love doing this. You know, that's what your foundation has got to be. And then anything else is on top of that, you know, and let the love of what you do drive you rather than, in my opinion, rather than falling into the toxicity of anything else. And I know it's really way easier said than done. Yeah. But rather than seeing stuff as like a competition.
Yeah. Like the goal.
It's really hard not to do, especially with social media makes it like fucking unbearable sometimes, because you see all these other amazing people doing amazing stuff all in the same game as you, same boat as you. And it's really hard sometimes not to be like, I'm shit.
Yeah.
I'm
done.
shit. Yeah, literally. Yeah. But try and remember that it's not. about that. You know, you need to let the love of what you do, the passion of what you're creating drive you. I think that's the most important thing, because you are you. You're not them. You're not anyone else. They're not you. They're not going to be able to bring to the table the same thing that you can. That's like what you have to like tell yourself, I think.
Totally.
Maybe those might have been close to words of wisdom.
Was
what
that
the
wise?
hell?
Holy balls. Holy balls.
Yeah, that's wise REEBZ.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Wise REEBZ has entered the chat.
New feature coming to the internet near you. That was a super, super deep question. I'm going to ask you a really, really shallow one now.
Please do.
So,
Please do.
I am also a hairdresser, right? And your freaking hair,
Oh,
girl.
oh my god, the hazard,
Just-
the health hazard.
I mean, it is a fact. Look at
Jesus.
it. That is a
It's just
tripping hazard.
No, it's
But
ridiculous.
when you're on stage performing, it brings so much to the whole persona of
really?
REEBZ. Yeah.
That's well,
Like, it's a
I've
whole
never
thing.
heard, that is really I've never
You'd
I'm
only get that feedback from an actual hairdresser, though,
I'm
because
so-
we know our eyes are trained for this
oh
shit.
that means so much. I mean, because this is like part of me.
And that's what I wanted to ask,
Yeah.
like, because to me, hair is such an identity
Yeah,
thing.
yeah,
It
yeah.
is such an external presentation of who we are.
Yeah.
I'm like, tell me, like,
Oh.
what is the hair thing for you? Because it is obviously such a distinct thing.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to like
It's-
really pry.
No, honestly, pry away, please do. This again. It's actually a really, it's a really nuanced one for me, because it's like, on one hand, it's a bit of a running joke, right? It's a bit of a running joke because again, I've always. It starts back from like when I was at school. I went through. It was an awful time where unfortunately, I had dyed my hair a really cool color.
Right.
And the school, being the awesomely shit school there was, not going to name any names, but you know who you are, school, was like, no, you can't have your hair that colour. Yeah, it's like I'm naturally like blonde,
Right.
like kind
Same.
of yeah. Big up the dirty blonde crew. So I'm naturally like sort of dark blonde, whatever. I dyed it this really cool like plum, looks really sick, and they were like, no, fuck you, you can't be here if it's that colour. And I was like, what the hell do you want me to do? You know, Head and Shoulders only goes so far, you know. So they basically made my mum like drag me to the hairdressers, where I'm sure as a hairdresser you're going to be horrified at the colour stripper. The colour stripper, but wait for it, 8 fucking times in a day. Yeah.
That is genuinely an awful thing to do to someone.
Genuinely, I don't want to sound like absolute petty as hell,
technically,
but this is still traumatic to me, right?
That is not only awfully a thing to do to someone's hair, but to someone who is forming their identity.
Oh,
that
I
is
feel
a
like it's
horrific
actual,
thing
like,
to do
abuse,
to someone.
I swear.
Yeah.
It was so
I'm so
awful.
sorry that happened.
Well,
Fuck.
it's all of it then, as you can imagine. Well, you
Yeah.
know. I mean, I have accidentally back when
Oh, yeah.
I started experimenting with
Yeah.
like the kind of different colours and stuff. Obviously, you got to like bleach the hair a bit
Yeah.
first, and I made the mistake one time. This was way after that of using colour stripper and forgetting that I had this one. And it was this one.
no.
Luckily, it's only this one strand, but my God, I ended up with this tough.
Annoying.
But yeah,
Yeah.
as you can imagine, what happened with that is literally all my. I mean, I was just like, remember them washing this shit out for like the 7th or 8th time, and just my hair coming away with
Oh
it,
my
man, in
God.
these like gummy
Yeah.
fucking clumps. And it was like it was horrifying. It was like something out of The Ring. It was like fucking horrifying.
It's disgusting, mate.
And I was, genuinely felt like like you say, feeling your way with your identity had been completely fucking like taken from you. And I kind of made this vow to myself. I was like walking around with this like Wurzel Gummidge, like scarecrow kind of vibe that was about here. And I was like, oh my God, it was awful. And I was like, from now on, I'm going to look after my hair so well, and I'm going to grow it longer than any hair I've ever fucking seen. And like, that's what I started to do.
Oh my God, I love that.
yeah.
That's like the best fuck you and like
Yeah, yeah.
self-ownership
yeah,
ever.
Yeah, absolutely. It was so good. And actually, when I left, because I've kind of been moved around a few times with school, like school wasn't the place for me. So I'd be so long at a certain school, and then they'd be like, you're not doing what you're meant to do. You need to leave. So, and when I when I finally got asked to leave this particular school, I remember like on the last day that I was there, I just turned up. I'd bleach, you know, the raccoon back in the day, the raccoon tails and stuff. I'd done all this mad stuff, and I remember this one teacher being like, "Oh my god, your hair," and I was like, "Fuck you, bitch." Like, sorry, I should not be advocating this sort of attitude towards school, but I feel like, I don't know now, but I feel like schools have changed so much.
Oh yeah.
In the past, like even 10 years, you know, and like way more progressive and tolerant, and just actually how they should have been, like, you know, compared to back then. Anyway,
there's a long way for them to go, don't get me wrong. There's still a lot of harm there, but I think, like, in terms of those formative identity experiences,
like,
there's a lot more
traumatizing kids, you know.
Fucking
like,
hell, mate. That's, I honestly, I am so fucking sorry that happened to you.
You know, well, I am who I am today.
And how much of a badass are you?
Yeah, well, I mean, a very hazardous one with this. It is the trip hazard is real.
But it really, you know, in terms of one, who you are, but also the persona of REEBZ, it brings so much to that performance, because, like, you know, especially like I think there's some brilliant shots that were captured of you when you performed at Tans.
Oh my god, there is one.
And it's just like you're like leaning forward, and because you've braided your hair into like these like long braids.
I have very strategic hairstyles for being on stage. I have to. Yeah.
And they're just like, they're like tendrils around you. It's fucking cool.
I think I know the one. It's my my confidence in myself is not the best, so I'm not usually that great. Like, when I see a picture of myself, I'm like, oh shit. But that is hands down the coolest picture like I've ever seen. It's the Medusa shot.
Yeah,
it just looks like snakes. It's so sick. Fully. I know the one.
Love it. Yeah,
oh,
but
it's so cool.
I just think like that. It's, you know, obviously aesthetics are such a key part of someone's identity, and your hair is such a huge part.
That means
That's
so
an amazing
much
story.
to me.
Thank you for sharing.
It really means a lot to hear that though, because it's like, for me, again, you know, because I sort of, again, I'm being very honest here, like I struggle with the self-confidence and like I'm always questioning myself. I'm like, actually, do I look like a complete fucking bellend? Like, you know, and all this kind of stuff. So I've not really thought about my hair in that way. Like, it's just part of me. It's almost like a safety cape or something. Like, it's just part of me, part of who I am. And like I say, the running joke of it has got to the point where it's like, okay, it is actually too fucking long now. Like, it looks actually quite ridiculous now. So I am going to get to a point where hopefully I must start, I might trim it a little bit at some point. But even with that, I don't know if it's a neurodiverse thing where something becomes your security.
Yeah. This is my thing.
This is the thing. This is what I've always had. This is what makes me feel comfortable and safe. And I mean, geez, I nearly had a freaking breakdown over having to cut the fringe, like, recently. And that was only because I had reached absolute, like, snapping point with when we went through the heat wave.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh.
As you can imagine, went through the heat wave in the summer, and having hair this long, all the same freaking length, was unbearable. Absolutely unbearable. And I was like, I can't do this, but I can't cut it off. So I'm gonna just take a shot of whiskey for courage and then go in with the thinning scissors and do some layers and hope that it's not too shit.
You're a brave lass.
Well, I hope I've still kept the length, but I did actually end up, I've got like,
have you kept it?
This is so creepy. I've got this bag of hair, right, and I weighed it, and it's like 85 grams of hair, and I'm like, yo. I did actually feel a lot lighter.
Yeah.
But I feel like for functional reasons, it literally, like, sensory issues were, so I was like, it's too much. But yeah, I mean, the fringes, like, say, lightened the load quite a bit. So
it's honestly, it's a fucking cool look. Even you know, never mind the origin story, it's solid.
Oh, thank you. That means so much. It really does.
We promised tangents, we have delivered tangents, and
I delivered rambling.
That's the whole thing. That's what we're here to do. I want to ask 2 more questions.
Please do.
One is, you know so many fucking cool people who make amazing music, but I wanted to know if there's like anything that you're really vibing with right now, whether that is stuff that maybe you stumbled across with people, maybe someone else that's coming up that you're like, oh, I fucking love this jam. Or maybe it's something that like you've rediscovered that maybe is old and you're like, oh my God, have you ever heard of like, what's vibing for you right now?
Okay. Well. Again, well. Going back to the incredibly kind of randomly diverse range in like music tastes that I've got, like, I mean, there's like two examples, I guess, that are absolutely at the forefront of everything for me at the moment. And they're on like both ends of the extremes here. So, like, one is 1056. The band 1056, I cannot stress enough, is fucking sick. They're insane. Like, the vocalist is like a huge solid inspiration for me vocally as well. It's like how he delivers the vocals and just their sound in general. Like, they're like disgustingly heavy, but then they've got that industrial edge to it that, I don't know, really like just it goes off for me. It's so cool. So yeah, I've been really vibing with their latest album. It's mad. It's nice. It's awesome. And then like on the other end of the scale, the artist that I'm absolutely freaking obsessed with, like literally obsessed with her, is Julia Wolf. Right. If anyone has not heard of Julia Wolf, you need to check. Oh my God, Julia Wolf is so cool. Like, so I discovered her like most recent album.
Yeah.
And for a start, I mean, again, me being very vocally oriented, her vocals are just like mesmerizing, like incredible. But this album, like the Pressure album that she's done, is like, it's just the coolest fusion of like, I don't know, like sort of the callback to like Midwest emo, I guess, and then like mixed with like hyper pop, and it's just such a cool sound. I love it. It was like my soundtrack for the summer, and now it's also the soundtrack for my winter as well. So it's great. So and that's the complete other end of the scale. And I think sometimes people are like, oh my God, I would not expect you to, because I obviously do all of the quite heavy stuff, this is what I mean. I just have so much appreciation for stuff. If it, I don't know, tickles that part in my brain, and her stuff really does. So
amazing.
Yeah, if you haven't already, definitely go check out.
I'll grab some links and chuck them in the description for you.
Weirdest sentence, I guess, to combine, but definitely 1056 and Julia Wolf. Two very different vibes, but both sick. So,
excellent. We love that.
Yep.
And the Cell Dweller collab, Fate Breaker, is out now. Streaming and available to buy. So, your favorite purchasing platforms, streaming platforms, go grab it and check out the fucking video.
Please check out our hovercraft stunts.
Oh my God, it's so cool.
My balance is amazing.
Oh yeah, honestly, so good.
Really
and grab a t-shirt or like just the merch is awesome. And the album, have you got a release date for that yet? Your own album?
Not.
Yeah.
It will be mid 2026.
Okay, cool.
That's when it will drop. We're gonna be rolling stuff out. So 2026.
Are you going to do like teaser releases on the run up to the album, or is it just going to be wait until the album and then drop the whole lot?
Oh no, so we're doing so there's actually already, this is what I mean, where it's been such a gradual process. So there's already been a couple of singles out. So we had Thanatosis last year,
which is fucking sick. Sorry.
So I'm so happy that I'm so happy.
I played it on the radio on the midweek wash. Yeah.
Oh my
so
God,
good.
thank you so much. And all of these tracks as well, for me now, I'm absolutely fixating on getting to play them live. I am so excited. I cannot tell you, like, there's nothing I love more anyway than like performing. But for me, the dream has always been to have the full band doing these songs, and I am so excited. I had my first ever kind of semi-band rehearsal with our awesome drummer yesterday, and we're just going through the tracks. He's like working stuff out and everything, and oh my God, I tell you what, I have never felt more exhilarated in my life than just being in the practice room, because I've never done that. Like, I've never done a full band practice before, and the closest I've come to it was when I had
genuinely the biggest honour of having a little walk-on feature with Graphic Nature earlier this year. Big up Graphic Nature.
Amazing.
They are amazing. Another band, actually. I know I only mentioned two, but Graphic Nature are like huge inspiration to me. So sick. Definitely check them out. And yeah, I got to do a little walk-on like guest vocal feature with them. And we did one run through of the track that I was going to feature on during the soundtrack check before. And that was kind of like my first taste of doing a full band thing. And my God, again, it was that exhilarating. I was like, fuck yeah, this is what I'm meant to do. So when I had my first little rehearsal yesterday, I was on absolute cloud nine. So yeah. Anyway,
no wonder you were able to lift a horse.
Oh my God,
That's
the tangents.
Yeah. Literally, the battery is fucking dying. So we'll save the horse story for another day.
We will. But I lifted a horse yesterday.
Fucking
Legit.
hell. Yeah.
Whoa, come on, with these big guns. Exactly.
Is there anything else then? So we know albums coming next year.
We're going to be
Fake
rolling
Breakers out.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that you want to shout about, scream about, whether it's yours, anyone else's?
So
Tell the people.
I would just
what they
say,
need to
like,
know.
in terms of me, just from the very start of 2026, just keep your eyes and ears peeled. Like, I know I've said mids.
Like, genuinely just fucking died.
He just looks so sad as well right now.
And because it's on a gimbal, it went... Blah.
Yeah, he's just like, and I'm done. And I'm done.
So, sorry, you were saying some things are coming up next year.
Yes, so I know that I've alluded to like mid 2026, but just make sure you keep your eyes peeled before that anyway, because there's gonna be some treats along the way.
Amazing.
And I'm just really, really excited for it. And I guess if this is one opportunity to just do a shameless song plug, I would love it if you guys wanted to check out my most recent solo single, which was earlier this year, which is Cardinal Sin.
It's a bop.
It would really mean a lot to me if you wanted to check it out. The video is pretty intense, so heads up there.
Oh fuck yeah! Actually, why have I not mentioned that already? It's really good. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty crazy.
Oh my God.
Yeah, stoked to work with Loki Films for that, and like he absolutely gets my vision, no matter how insane my vision is. He's like, yeah, dude, like I'm game. Let's fucking do it.
Nice.
So yeah, the video is pretty intense. But it would mean the world to me if you wanted to check it out. Definitely check the track out.
Do that thing.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you, REEBZ. Honestly, this has been amazing. We may have a slightly unconventional end.
I think we have.
Slightly unconventional end to the video, but it also kind of matches our vibe.
It does.
Because today has been as chaotic and
Definitely.
random and full of tangents as we both are.
That's
so I
it.
kind of feel like actually sitting here on a sofa in a padded cell.
It's the padded cell. The sofa
on my fucking phone.
The armless sofa.
The armless sofa
proved
with
to be a hazard.
inevitably shit sound now because it hasn't even got an external mic. Like just everything about this is
Hilarious.
a vibe. But yeah, just enormous thanks for having me here in your home, letting me meet your fucking birds, and this has just been so much fun. Thank you so much, mate.
Thank you so much. Honestly, I have been so excited for you to come over, and like I'm like a child. I'm like, can I meet all my birds? Like as soon as you walked in through the door, I was like dragging you off to come and meet the parrot and stuff.
It's been amazing. So thank you so much. And yeah, just to say, everyone that's been watching, thank you for watching this. I have a channel that's full of very random shit. If you like,
it's awesome. Check it out.
If you like bins, I have a song and music video about bins. I recently made a long form video which is about the creative process. So if you've liked some of the stuff that we've chatted about like figuring your shit out when you're creating stuff, that might be one for you. I also stream on Twitch on Sundays from 5 p.m. where I play all sorts of shit. Anything from like trip hop to drum and bass to some music that some people make. Sometimes. And all sorts of things in between as well. So honestly, come join the Cephalus Squad on Discord, and make sure you're following this one on socials because there is some incredibly fucking exciting stuff happening
Thank you guys
over
so
the next
much.
6 months. Yeah, check you around, dickheads. Bye!
See ya!